Any the more reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today, man? And hey, as y'all can see, we have an Eagles fan back inside the liquor store, man. We teamed up again for flying with the boys. My boy Mitch over here, man. How you living today, my boy?
Hey, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Just ready to talk some football. That's
Yeah,
it. Like, get right into it.
yeah, I know the feeling, man. So, hey, everybody out there coming into the liquor store, y'all know the usual rules and regulations. And I know y'all just saw me. Y'all like, dang, Henny don't stop working. I do not. I just did a 2-hour show with the brother landlord from Alabama, and we right back in here to bring y'all some quality Dallas Cowboys content, man. So, on the way into the liquor store, y'all know to hit that like button. The more likes that we get on the platforms, the more that these platforms will push the content. So they'll recommend it to more people, more folks can find it, they'll put it in front of more eyeballs. So if you want the liquor store to continue to grow, you want Mitch platform to continue to grow, just hit that like button. It goes a long way in helping your independent content creators stay afloat and keep the lights on. After you hit that like button, I need y'all to turn right back around and hit that share button. But first and foremost, man, sharing is caring. And we also believe in manifestation inside of the liquor store. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win number 6, I want y'all to share the content 6 times and drop 6 emojis for your boy, man. Also, what's up with you, Peasy? What's up with you, man? Thank you for coming in and showing love. Daniel Barrera Sports, what's up with you? Splenda Poppy Vela, what's up with you, my guy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the content. Uh, also, and listen, they are on the lower end of the totem pole right now. I need y'all to slap the dog shit out of a Commanders fan right now, man. And if y'all able to find one, because they've been in hiding for a long ass time, if you're able to find a Commanders fan and slap the dog shit out of them, I will give you half off of all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Calvaritas, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Henny the More, and come get drunk in the liquor store. And if you can't find an Eagles fan, man, you can get one of them too. Just don't slap up Mitch while he over here. He got a ghetto pass right now. He can come over. He can come over here right now, man. So y'all leave Mitch alone, but y'all can still lay paws on the other Eagles fans out there.
Hey, some Eagles fans need it. I'm telling you right now, coming from an Eagles fan, they need it. They need it, bro. Like, seriously. I'm pretty much one of the hated Eagles content creators right now. So it's like, hey, more power.
It be like that sometimes, man. Sometimes you gotta say the truth, even when it's not a popular opinion. And as long as you say the truth, you can be on the right side of history. And when that bullshit they were talking about blow up in their face, you can say, "I told you so."
That's exactly what I did.
And this is how you gotta rock sometimes, man. But salute to everybody in here, though, man. I see James Simmons, Miss Regina Green in the building. She's back. JVB boy, Iceberg Slim, Daniel Barrera Sports, Action Pal, Lady Sky TV over there with you. Salute to you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, Richie MC over there. Salute to y'all, man. So where do you want to start, man? So last time I was talking to you, the Kellen Moore stuff was not yet solidified. It was just rumblings in the nation. Now he is officially your offensive coordinator. So how you feeling, man? What are your thoughts on Kellen Moore so far?
Hey, my thoughts on Kellen Moore is that he'll use the middle of the field more, like unlike Brian Johnson, he'll use Devontae Smith to his potential, which I can't wait to see. AJ Brown, we already know what he is. Devontae Smith is going into his like 3rd year, so using Kellen Moore for him, that's insane. And then, the offensive line, he can shape up the offensive line a little bit. It's been shaken, it's been buried down a little bit after that losing streak. It's been tilted. So Kellen Moore, I like. Now we just got to get a running back. Watch it be Pollard.
I mean, I wouldn't mind y'all getting Tony Pollard. Y'all, listen. I will write y'all a letter of recommendation for Tony Pollard that gets his ass out of Dallas at this point. He said West Coast came in strong, my brother. He said, "Yo, fuck the Eagles, but this guy is cool." Yo, just the feeling though, right there, man.
Yo, West Coast, we got to do a show, bro. Me and you, let's run it up.
Indeed, man. Indeed. My opinion about Kellen Moore is this:
Mm-hmm.
Either by hook or crook, I think he will help Jalen Hurts as a passer. Either he's going to throw the ball so much he has no choice but to get better, or the system is just going to fit him. But I will say this: I have my critiques about Kellen Moore just from experience. So this is just some stuff for y'all to think about. Kellen Moore runs a variation of the Air Coryell system. So within the Air Coryell system is a very pass-centric scheme. So he's not really a guy that's going to run the football, a lot. Like
Yep.
he might need to be paired with a run game coordinator or something like that. But when you utilize the Air Coryell system, one of the things that's already baked into that scheme is option routes. Right. Most of the wide receivers will have the ability to either sit the route down, take it to the outside, take it to the inside, depending on the coverage. Now that works two ways, right? In theory, which is always different from practice. In theory, that means you're a more multiple offense and you always will have an answer to the defense. But what usually happens sometimes though is there will be interceptions because the wide receiver and the quarterback are not going to be on the same page. You may trick the wide receiver. You may not even be the quarterback that's fooled by the coverage. You may show the wide receiver something that's not there. The quarterback is going to see what's really there, and they're not on the same page. So people were talking about why Dak Prescott had so many interceptions in the 2022 season. A lot of those were miscommunications between the quarterback and the wide receiver on those said option routes. That's why when Dak Prescott moved to a West Coast system, which is more pure progression, 1, 2, 3, I know where every wide receiver will be on the play. That's why he dropped back down to having 9 interceptions while throwing for 36 touchdowns. So there's a give and take to it, right? So if they get in there, put the film work in together, spend some extra time in the lab, they can make it work for the most part. But there will be instances where the Air Coryell, the option routes, will get Jalen Hurts and the wide receivers into trouble. It will also it's also going to interest me to see what Jalen Hurts rushing numbers will look like in a Kellen Moore offense. Because what people don't realize is Dak Prescott rushing numbers dropped well before he got injured. The first 3 years of his career, he had 18 rushing touchdowns total. He literally had 6, 6, 6, and some decent rushing numbers. The first year in Kellen Moore's offense, that was cut in half. He only ended up with 3 that season. Now he had his career high in passing yards, right? He was like a yard short from breaking Tony Romo's franchise record. But the dual threat of Dak Prescott was diminished that season, and then he never got back to that, 1 due to the injury and 2 due to the scheme itself. So that's one thing that I am going to be curious about with Jalen Hurts. How well will your wide receivers and him do with option routes, and how much will he actually allow Jalen Hurts to run in his scheme?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
those
think
are my critiques.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to give a shout out to West Coast actually. AJ Brown's a huge part of our offense. He was the MVP for us for most of the year until he went down. So with AJ Brown being there, and thank you for saying that he won't get traded. Thank you. That's been like the biggest rumor throughout the whole Eagles room. It's that AJ Brown's gonna get traded throughout all of this. So thank you for saying that. Like honestly, thank you. So yeah, with that being said, AJ Brown is like the MVP. Jalen Hurts needs a number 1 like him, and he also needs like a Devontae Smith and a Goddard. So he does have those guys, but a wide receiver 3. Eagles fans to talk about Tyler Boyd, trying to get Tyler Boyd over here for Jalen Hurts. That would be kind of interesting though. So yeah, shout out to West Coast for that, bro.
Indeed, and I agree. If you're going to ask Jalen Hurts to throw the ball that often, then you don't need to take away weapons from him, right? Don't make his job harder if you're going to ask him to do more from a passing perspective, right? Said Moore needs 3 wide receivers to run his offense. Exactly. He really might need 4 with the way that he throws the football, right? Matter of fact, passing attempts, right? Let's just go for passing attempts per game. Right, and let's just take a look. Let's bring it up. So let me go to 2022, was the his last year in Dallas. So let's see. Now his numbers are going to be skewed because in 2022 he played a nice percentage of the season without Dak Prescott, right? So this is actually going to be the least amount of passing attempts per game. In 2022, they only averaged 32.9. But if I'm not mistaken, Dak Prescott himself averaged 37. If you go to 2021 with Kellen Moore, and the amount of passing attempts, Dak Prescott threw the ball almost 39 times a game, 38.4 in 2021, and Dak Prescott in 2020 before his injury was averaging about 40 pass attempts a game. If you go to the first year, 2019, when Kellen Moore took over as the Dallas Cowboys offensive play caller, they threw the ball 37 times a game. So that's about what you can expect from Jalen Hurts. You're going to have to expect 37, 38, 39, 40 passing attempts a game because that's what he does. That's the crux of that offense. So I'm interested to see it because that's not really a version of Jalen Hurts that we've seen yet.
Right. And then you look at the owner, Jeffrey Lurie, and the general manager, Howie Roseman. They're a heavy pass first team. That's what they want. They always want like that bomb to A.J. Brown. They want that deep pass. They don't really like the run, but we're a run first team, which is actually kind of crazy. So for me, it's just like I'm excited to see how Jalen Hurts can adapt from the running to a pass first. I don't know if that will work out right away. It's going to take some getting used to. And the Philadelphia Eagles front office and Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, you got to say they have a lot of control of this team. Like the offense and the defense, they have a lot of control of this team. So I don't know if Quinn or Kellen Moore, excuse me, would allow that. I don't think he'll allow like all that control. I bet he wants to run his own offense.
I mean, yeah, and that's really what the disconnect between Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy in Dallas. You know, they clashed over a lot of philosophical things. Mike McCarthy wanted to utilize more West Coast concepts. He wanted to utilize more of those option routes, Air Coryell concepts. Mike McCarthy wanted him to run the ball more situationally, which is one of the reasons I also was down on Kellen Moore by the time that he left. Because there were plenty of games where if we had just ran the football a couple of more times, we walk out with wins. Y'all remember the Jacksonville loss last year? Had Kellen Moore just ran the ball 3 times, there would not have been enough clock on the board in order for them to go down there and tie the game, take it to overtime. Had we ran the ball in the second half of the Green Bay game when we had a 14-point lead, we would not have lost that game. But Kellen Moore came out there still firing. So, and listen, people change, right? I never want to just sit here and just talk about all the bad things that Kellen Moore has done.
Right.
So like he has the opportunity to build his resume to change as a play caller. But from what he's shown me, even as early as last year when he was still with the Los Angeles Chargers, I almost said San Diego, but when he was with the Los Angeles Chargers, like he still was a very pass happy dude.
I mean, yeah, when you have Justin Herbert there, it makes sense.
Hold that thought. All Dame, get off my dick. That's what I would like for you to do. Get off my dick, and stay off my dick. I got a wife. I don't need you on my dick, kinfolk. Don't play with me.
Whoa there. That's my guy, man. He's a huge supporter of mine. God
Good.
dang.
Let him support you. Talk about don't come in here trying to referee no shit. Pussy ass nigga, don't play with me like that.
Damn. But yeah, with Justin Herbert, bro, you gotta pass first. He's the top. What is he, like a top 5 quarterback? Top 5, top 10? Like you gotta give him the ball. You gotta give him the rocket. So it's gonna be different over there now, especially where Harbaugh's there. But yeah, that's just it. And I'm excited to see this offense. I'm really excited. And I see I think it's Joe in the chat here. Congrats to the Eagles for signing Kellen Moore. Couldn't happen to a better team.
I mean, facts on top of facts. I agree with that. He said Jalen can't throw for shit. There's some inconsistencies with passing, but they also don't ask him to pass a lot either. And that's why I said like having Kellen might be good for him. Like I said, by hook or crook, if you do something enough, you'll get better at it. So if he throws the ball 37 times, 40 times a game, he'll probably throw some picks. And listen, that's one thing I do want to say to y'all. Do not jump down that man throat if he throw 12, 13, 14 picks. They're just the listen. You can't ask nobody to throw the ball 40 times and not expect them to throw picks.
I know. It's facts. How many picks did Dak throw this year?
9.
9. Oh wow. I really thought he threw more. I thought he threw like 12. Dang.
Yeah,
9.
I think he
Good.
only had like 12 total turnovers. He had like 3 fumbles or some shit like that and 9 picks. Could have been 11. Can't remember.
Yeah, Hurts of course threw more because of the miscommunication he had with the offensive coordinator, or not miscommunication. They weren't seeing eye to eye with Brian Johnson. So hopefully that interception number goes down. Hopefully it goes down, but it is what it is. So
All
let me ask you this, man.
right.
Kingsbury going to the command, pretty much going to go to the Commanders. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel they're gonna have another quarterback over there throwing their damn arm out of socket. Because Cliff Kingsbury reminds me of a slightly better Kellen Moore. He neglects the run game, very pass centric. Quarterback is probably gonna put up some decent numbers. So I don't know, man. I really thought they should have stuck it out with Eric Bieniemy. I liked what he was able to do with the limited talent that he had. Like Sam Howell was never it. And outside really a Scary Terry and Jahan Dotson. Like who the playmakers over there?
I mean, who's the running back?
I think Brian Robinson. I don't think he even eclipsed 1,000 yards though.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Brian Johnson. I mean, he was good right before that incident, and then when he came back, yes, he did help him, but not to the potential.
Yeah, Dak only had 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
Talking to Splendor Poppy, my boy. He said, "You were the Eagles fan?" Yeah. He said, "Wait, Cliff left Arizona." You so damn funny, Trey. Yeah, he left. He been gone for Arizona. I forget where Cliff Kingsbury was before then, but yeah.
I forget too. All I know is that he was going to go to the Raiders, turned them down this morning, and now he's going to the Commanders. So we had to see a lot of him this year, 2 times. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Cliff Kingsbury is not gonna really be a turning point over there, man. Like he's okay, but in my opinion, man, we just seen the formula for winning football games, especially the later you get into the season. You need to be able to run. You need to be able to run the football. When you need to, and you need to be able to stop the run. And I don't think Cliff Kingsbury play calling is conducive to you running the football in late game situations.
Right. Oh my God! Now your guy Iceberg is like, Kellen Moore is gonna get Hurts traded. All right, here we go again with another traded thing. He had like the one of the highest contracts in the NFL, like 202 mil, something like that. Like we're not gonna trade him for a while. We're not trading him at all. Like what the hell, dude? That's a franchise quarterback, man.
He said, "HTM, I missed the last show. Who's the DC looking like?" Well, I'm glad that you said something because we do have updates on that end because it has been reported by Adam Schefter himself. And y'all know when Adam Schefter says shit, I usually believe it to be truthful. Like he be plugged in. He the plug in the socket with that information, man. So he says former Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer, who last worked in the NFL in 2021, is meeting with the Cowboys about their defensive coordinator job, per league sources. Zimmer and Dallas are quite familiar with each other. Zimmer worked as an assistant coach in Dallas from 94 to 2006. So it looks like Mike Zimmer might be the future defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm all for it. And listen, it's more so I did not want Ron Rivera. Like Ron Rivera was the last person on my list that I wanted to come to Dallas and be the play caller here for this defense. I feel like it's been entirely too long. Last time he called plays was like in 2010. We done been to like 3 presidents since then, a pandemic, a couple recessions. Like the world done changed since the last time he actually called plays as a DC. And even last year, uh, when Ron Rivera took over the defense, that defense was giving up almost 34 points a game in the 5-game stretch where he was. So no Ron Rivera, but Mike Zimmer. I can get jiggy with Mike Zimmer because he was still calling the defense in Minnesota when he was there.
Of course.
What's
Yeah.
your thoughts? What's your thoughts about Mike Zimmer possibly coming to Dallas?
I mean, with your defense right now, whew, that would be good. Trayvon Diggs back too, and you gotta give Michael Parsons his money. I like it for you guys. I honestly do. But going up against us, oh god, I see a split right down the get go. I
It's
see a
gonna
split.
it's gonna depend on your boy. It's gonna depend on your boy Kellen Moore. It's
Huh?
I have no idea why the hell I hit that. That was on that.
I was like, what the hell? I
Yeah,
was like, oh shit.
like a countdown. But no, I was gonna say it depends on what Kellen Moore does. If he goes over there and he's able to get the most out of Jalen Hurts, then maybe. No, I usually give y'all a split just off of principle. But if he over there and Jalen Hurts is having a down year due to the offense or y'all don't fix your defense, then we might get that. You know what I'm saying? We might just get a sweep depending on what y'all do defensively. Because remember, it's a long road to go from 31st to into the top 10 or even to the middle of the pack. Right? 'Cause y'all gonna have to add players. Like, this is still the question of what y'all gonna do with Darius Slay. What are y'all gonna do with Bradbury? What are y'all gonna do with the linebacker position? Even offensively, what are y'all gonna do with Jason Kelsey? It's gonna be hard replacing a Hall of Fame center if he does decide to hang it up. So there's a bunch of factors in there before I succeed a split. Like I rather wait until after free agency. Like I can gauge after free agency and after the draft what the Dallas Cowboys are gonna do. If y'all are still close to talent to what y'all got now, I believe the Dallas Cowboys will be better having another off season in Mike McCarthy's system. And I don't think there'll be a huge drop off between Mike Zimmer and Dan Quinn, especially because I believe Mike Zimmer will actually prioritize the linebacker position, which is the one thing that Dan Quinn did not do in his tenure with the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, gotta wait and see. But for our defense, man, like I said last week, got so much. Got so much. Can I curse on this? Just
Yeah,
make sure. Alright, cool. It got so much shit to do with, bro. We got so much shit. Bradbury, just the defensive linemen, linebackers. We got nothing going. But with Vic Fangio right now, with his experience and everything, and hopefully that the front office can give him what he needs. I'm liking Vic Fangio right now. Just a lot needs to be changed. A lot. You got to get rid of Bradbury. That's one. And two, linebackers. A lot of Eagles fans want Jeremiah Trotter Jr. coming out of college. So if we could get him, but I kind of doubt it at this point. But it is what it is, man. Got a lot of shit to deal with. And then we're going from 4-3 to 3-4, it looks like. So there's another change up in schemes right there.
he said Karen Moore keeps taking all these lateral jobs. Why leave Herbert for Hurts? He didn't have a choice in the matter, kinfolk. Listen, Harbaugh won his own dude, and you got to also know you cannot be hired laterally in the NFL without first being fired. You are not allowed to take another job at the same position without being fired first. Harbaugh just didn't want the man. Harbaugh gonna bring his own play caller in, bring his own defensive coordinator in, have his own staff of players. The Dallas Cowboys were the only ones crazy enough to saddle a coach with their own pre-placed offensive coordinator. I didn't like that they did that. We could have been had some more continuity in a new offense already. We could be going to year 3 of this same offense that we just seen Dak Prescott have an All Pro season in. So that's what that is. We all know that Kellen Moore was fired. So that's why he's an offensive coordinator. Remember, he's been an offensive coordinator for a while at this point. If you're a good
Yeah.
OC, odds are you become a head coach eventually. He's been an OC with Dallas for multiple seasons. He was an OC for the Chargers last year, and then he's an OC for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is not by mistake.
I mean, look, it's not his fault that Harbaugh wanted to bring his own guys in. It's typically normal. When you're a head coach and starting somewhere new, you want to bring your own staff who you're comfortable with and you know their schemes and everything. So I'm not mad. I'm a Michigan fan. So I'm kind of excited to see Harbaugh and Minter over there. I'm excited.
Let's see. Said Mitch, Jalen Hurts can't become a pocket passer in one season. He got to work on footwork, accuracy, reading defenses. You don't learn all that in one off season. I mean, you don't completely become a top 10 passer or anything like that through one off season. But but this gonna come down to Kellen Moore, man. Can he dress it up to where Jalen Hurts can get away with it? Will he learn from his mistakes and utilize more screens, more RPOs, more standard pure progression reads? It's going to depend on the maturity and elevation of Kellen Moore as an offensive play caller. Do I see it happening? Because I know Kellen Moore, like shit, he been dying on his sword for a while at this point. So we'll see. He said Eagles got not going to do nothing. Go Cowboys. I love the injury material. Joe, be nice. No need to talk about or judge people besides the players.
My guy Bruce is in the building. What is up, Bruce? Thank you for stopping by, bro.
Yo, what's up, Bruce Harper? But yeah, man. So I got another question for you, man.
Hit me with it.
4 curls coming soon. Get it? Yeah, I hate that too. That is one thing I forgot to mention. The all curls shorter the line on third down.
Yeah, but here's the biggest thing I'm kind of nervous about with the Eagles. Are we going to stick with the tush push, or is that obviously going to be out the door and be banned?
I mean, shit. Jose, what's up with you, man? Hey, shout out to my boy Landlord in the building, man. Hey, y'all run those likes up on all platforms, man. Run those likes and shares up for your boy, man.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Just said F the Eagles, F them. But let's see. He said, "Hey, Mitch, Cowboys got a new hire at DC." Yeah, we just talked about him. Matter of fact, before I throw that question to y'all, let me show y'all the statistics behind Mike Zimmer and the defenses that he coordinated. Last 2 years were a little rough. 29th in points, 24th in points in 2021, 27th in rushing yards allowed, 26th in rushing yards allowed. But the saving grace are the years beforehand. 2015, 5th in points. 2016, 6th in points. 2017, the number 1 scoring defense. 2018, they were the 9th scoring defense. 2019, they were the 5th. So he had some good years of production before things went sideways for him. Yeah. But I don't know if they can emulate that. But we got some good talent, so that's why I feel strongly in his ability to coordinate for us.
Yeah. So Mike goes, how are you gonna ban a common play? Talk to the NFL about that, man. The NFL wants it banned. I don't understand why. It's just typical BS at this point. And my guy Bruce goes, Mitch, I feel it shouldn't be banned for everyone else. Do it if you want, but nobody got hurt. So, I mean, hey, they want it banned. Teams were doing it after us. Even colleges were doing it. Did you notice that? College teams were doing that.
Oh, college teams, yeah.
College teams, some NFL teams. I think the Packers did it once. There's nothing I'm wrong, but yeah, kind of crazy. What is up, Charles? How's it going, man? From the Bahamas. How you doing, bro?
He said Dan Quinn is better than Mike Zimmer. To be honest, it depends on what you're looking for. because this year Dan Quinn's defense gave up over 28 points per game against teams with winning records. So I'm not really sure about that. Cuz said, let's talk about Philly. All right, so let's do talk about Philly.
Go for
So
it.
so what are your thoughts, man, about your new defensive coordinator?
Defensive coordinator, like I said, he's got experience. I feel like he's gonna hold the players more accountable, and it's gonna have them to run, how to tackle, how to make stops. So I really like this to an extent, but then you got to go to the bend don't break defense, right? He's kind of like the founder of that. He like built the mold of that. So some people who don't like Sean Desai are not gonna like Vic Fangio. So you can't. He is better than Sean Desai, but if you don't like that bend don't break, it's not gonna work. So we got the talent. Eagles got the talent. We just gotta straighten up the mindset.
Yeah, I can dig that. And listen, Vic Fangio is not a bad coordinator. You know, I like him. I said he's like, and like you said, as long as it's a step in the right direction from what you had previously, then you know it's always the right thing to do. Because the last couple coordinators, the Psy, who would the dude that took over play calling for him?
Matt Patricia.
Yeah, Matt Patricia, like they were awful.
But here's the thing, right? I'm gonna back up Matt Patricia for a change. You can't learn a guy's new playbook within 2 weeks. You can't learn it within 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm just like, it's gonna be bad. If you didn't know it was gonna be bad, everything was gonna be fixed like that. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's just BS at this point. Yep, fly Eagles fly, Charles. Yes, sir.
434. What's up with you? Said, what's up, Henny and Mitch? Hey, Henny, can I smack dude? You gotta wait till he get out the show. Like I can't let y'all beat up the guests.
Hey, you can smack the subscribe button on my channel and the like button. How about that? How about that?
I can dig it. But yeah, y'all can't beat up the guests, man. If y'all smack up the guests, ain't nobody wanna come on this mother.
Hey, you guys are cool, man, for Cowboys fans, but how do you feel about the how do you feel about the Giants, man? How do you feel about the Giants? We gotta show them some love a little bit.
They are gonna be awful.
Right.
Listen, the Giants ain't gonna do shit. So my thing is, did they ever figure out who their defensive coordinator was gonna be this year?
I honestly don't know who their quarterback's gonna be.
They let go of Wink Martindale, so I want to know. And yes, because you know I'm not even entirely sure that Daniel Jones will be ready to start the season, right? Because he got hurt, you know, a couple games in. He got hurt a couple of games in, so I'm not really sure if he's gonna be available to start the season. So my question is, do they go in and draft a quarterback? Do they find a suitable starter in free agency to be a placeholder? I'm curious how they do that.
Hey, I'm just curious.
Hold on, let me just see this real quick, and then I'm gonna let you finish.
Go for it, bro.
He said, "I am sorry, but I feel Cowboys are in big trouble as Jerry Jones is the worst owner and will not get a good coach."
You already got to. That's my guy, Bruce, man. He means well.
It's good, but we already are supposed to be interviewing Mike Zimmer. I'm fine with that hire over somebody like Ron Rivera. And to be honest, Jerry Jones doesn't do much of the day-to-day stuff anymore anyway. The man is 82 years old. Stephen Jones handles most of that. Will McClay handles most of the draft stuff. Personnel decisions are already handled by different folks within the organization. So there's not really much that Jerry Jones does from a day-to-day perspective within the Dallas Cowboys organization. It's easy to call out Jerry Jones because he's the most visible owner, but the reality is that he doesn't really do that much. He talks a lot, but he doesn't really do a lot of the day-to-day stuff.
You hope you take Ron? King wants you guys to get Ron Rivera.
I bet he does. I bet everybody in the National Football League want us to get Ron Rivera, but shit.
Hey, that'd be hilarious. That would honestly be hilarious. Going from Dan Quinn to Ron Rivera. I'll be laughing. I ain't laughing, bro.
I don't believe that to be the move.
It's gotta be something. It's gotta be something.
Yeah, The most recent report says Mike Zimmer, so I believe that. They actually said that Ron Rivera would actually fall under um, the Rooney Rule interview since he's Hispanic.
Right.
He said wide receiver Xavier Leggett, 6'3", 220, 435. Dez Bryant 2.0. Trey put him opposite of CD Lamb. He's not actually 6'3". You know, they measured him at the Shrine at the Senior Bowl. He's 6'1", but he still has a similar skill set to a Dez Bryant. I wouldn't mind having him. His game speed says 4.3 too, though. Like his game speed really looks like 4.3. He catches the ball and accelerates very well for somebody his size. So I would love to have Xavier Leggett in Dallas. Matter of fact, let me ask you, Kinfolk, what is a player that you're interested for the Philadelphia Eagles to get in the first round?
In the first round?
First round. First round. Any and everybody is available. Who would you get?
Like, honestly, I would get Blake Corum, not just I'm a Michigan fan, because we need more running backs. The only running back we got is Gainwell. I mean, look, Swift is probably going to be gone. He's going to want the bag. Boston Scott is probably not going to come back. Rashad Penny is definitely not coming back after not even getting used. He was healthy scratched for this whole season, so he'll be gone. So I feel like we need a running back, but I know for the Eagles for a fact that we're not going to have the running back in the first round. Or I wouldn't mind Jeremiah Trotter as well. Linebacker. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go differently. Like if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I would sign CD Lamb to his extension, go ahead and give him a 5-year deal, and I would probably draft a wide receiver in the first round to pair them up for the next half decade. So you get a top 30 pick at wide receiver for 5 years on a rookie deal. You'll get CD Lamb, his all-pro production on the team. You can marry them together, and you can have them for the rest of Dak Prescott's prime. And that's probably what I would do. And it's not even an original idea. It's something that me and Landlord from Alabama spitball. And it makes too much sense.
It really does.
It makes entirely too much sense, especially if there's not a tackle there. And this is a super deep wide receiver draft class. Like there's only like one center that I heard about that deserves a first round grade. There's really only like a handful of offensive linemen that will probably be there at 24. That's what we pick it. Also, salute to Splendor Poppy for the $2 super chat. He said, "Hey, filthy, what did the hand say to the face?" Slap.
What is this? A movie Pootie thing? Come on, bruh.
That was actually Chappelle's show. The Charlie.
Yeah, I know that.
Story.
I know that, but it's just like Pootie thing. Come on. I really want. Yeah, Buffer. That is a good one, King. That is a good one. I'll take Buffer because our safeties stink. Bayard didn't do much of anything. So it's just like, I'll take any safety we could get. Man. Our secondary, too.
Y'all, I had some of y'all fans tell me that Bayard was finna be a game changer, man. Y'all told
that
me
was not me. I'm telling you, that was not me, brother.
Hey, y'all told me that Shaq Leonard, and I wanted Shaq Leonard. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think he would be a bust like that. But hey, y'all trolled us about Shaq Leonard and Bayard for like a couple. Well, it was like a week. That's about as long as it lasted.
I'm telling you, I have no control of what the Eagles fan base says. I don't agree with 95% of what they say. So it's just like, I can't stand that. I hope you guys get rid of Dak. I can't wait to see that for our lands.
Like, man, listen, we are not finna get rid of Dak Prescott. There are a lot of folks that were mad at Dak because of the way the season ended. You don't get rid of somebody that's going to probably be top 2 MVP votes, was an all-pro this year. You don't get rid of them. You build around them, make their jobs easier. That's what you do. The Dallas Cowboys were a one-dimensional offense all season. All season it was Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. And the day that they cannot do it by themselves, people turned on them. Just make the game easier. Like, listen, I should not have to lose a football game just because my quarterback is not having a good day at the office. Like, I should be able to run the football and play good defense to win at least one damn game. I can't do it one game. One game I can't run the ball and play defense.
Hey, Dak is here to stay. Woo-hoo, I can't wait to see you guys in the playoffs again.
Hey, I can't wait. Hey, I want to play y'all first round of playoffs. Let's go ahead and get it over with.
Hey, right there with you. We just gotta get our minds right first. The Eagles team, we gotta get our minds right first.
Shit, same here at this point.
Yeah,
They
top
said,
two MVP votes on a cupcake schedule.
is it cupcake? Because I could have sworn that we played most of the same teams as y'all did.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, I
schedule
mean,
could.
the schedules are the schedule. We played most of the same teams. Now, of course, y'all. What's the difference with the Chiefs? Y'all played the Chiefs and somebody else. Dallas Cowboys still went 4-4 against teams with winning records. I mean, we beat Seattle. Y'all beat Buffalo. Neither one of us fared too well against the 49ers who made it to the damn Super Bowl. I hate that shit. He said, what does Eagle Homie think about the Kellen Moore hire? I'm going to let you rehash that real quick because Ladoria Streams wasn't in here for that.
Alright, so I'm okay with it, man. I'm just curious to see how they're going to use Jalen Hurts a part of it. Same with Devontae Smith. I feel like he's going to take a bigger leap than he already has. And then just how the schemes are going to be and how the middle of the field is going to be used. Because knowing us, Brian Johnson, the middle of the field was not being used at all. It's like the same exact plays. Was he creative for you guys? Was Kellen Moore kind of like creative with his play calling or not really now?
Early in the season, it'll look fantastic. It's as the season wanes on, like damn, he done ran the same play like 7 times. It always starts good. It started good with the Chargers too. It gets redundant after a while. There's only so many wrinkles to what Kellen Moore does that you can throw out there.
Yeah, I feel like it was good in Dallas, and it was hard to get my wide receivers open. All right, because it was like the screen. It was like run, bubble screen, run, bubble screen.
Yeah, listen, it'll be the same with Kellen Moore. You'll end up with 4 hitches. You'll end up with option routes. It'll be the same stuff. One thing that you have to also understand, Kellen Moore does not use a lot of screens. He's not big on the screen game to the running back or the wide receivers. He's not, and like I mentioned, he's not very creative in the run game like that. He doesn't really run the football. He does not run the football that much, especially as the season rains on.
Wait, I gotta bring up this guy's Israel's comment. Pro Bowl tomorrow. Who's honestly gonna watch the Pro Bowl?
I know I'm not.
I'm not. I got basketball to watch. I'm not watching the dang Pro Bowl.
Yeah, especially that they just play flag football now. Like nobody finna watch that.
Flag football, dodgeball. I mean, come on, bro. Pro Bowl is stupid. It is terrible. I'm gonna go off on it. Yeah.
But let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
Because I'm talking to the boy King. Did he have a good offense with Dallas because of him, or did he have it because of Dak Prescott? Because we've had like half a dozen quarterbacks take snaps in Kellen Moore's offense. There was only one that looked worth a damn quarter. When Cooper Rush won some games, we were the 25th offense in the National Football League. We were barely scoring 20 points a game. We had other quarterbacks. Andy Dalton was here. Was supposed to be the second best. Was supposed to be the best backup quarterback in the National Football League at the time when we signed him. We had folks changing their damn profile picture to Andy Dalton because that was when Dak Prescott's contract was finna be up, and they wanted to move on. They all in their feelings and shit. And Andy Dalton went out there and ain't do a damn thing. Was held under 20 points, held the single digits multiple times. Andy Dalton got hurt. Came out here with the Garrett boy. They couldn't score points with him. Couldn't score points with Ben DiNucci. Couldn't score. The only time we scored points was with Dak Prescott. Then they had issues. He had Justin Herbert, and that team got held to 9 points against the damn New England Patriots, who were a turnstile all year. So I understand the numbers on paper look good, but Kellen Moore is the same dude that would hang 60 on the Washington Commanders and will not get you the 10 points against the Kansas City Chiefs. Like he will run the score up on the Giants. He'll run the score up on the Commanders. He will not score points against these other top teams. And that was a damn pattern all the time. That was a pattern all the time. Even this year with a different quarterback, they weren't scoring points like that when they played better teams in the better half in the last half of the season. Because like I told you, he'll come out like gangbusters. He'll throw everything that he cooked up over the offseason at the first 5 teams in the season, and it's back to option routes and curl routes. So that's the only thing. I want y'all to really look at Kellen Moore after week 7. Just take a look at Kellen Moore after week 7 and come back and talk to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
We do have a tough schedule. We do have a hard schedule this year too. The Eagles do have a hard schedule.
I'm just not even talking about the schedule. I'm just talking about the play calling in general. Just watch.
I know what you meant.
Just watch the way that he calls plays to start the season. That shit gonna look beautiful. That shit gonna look amazing. Give him about half a season to where those plays he worked on during the off season start to shorten up, and the film on the stuff that he's implementing starts to increase.
Now, tell that to the Eagles fans, bro. After the first quarter, they're gonna be like, "Get rid of this guy, bro. Get rid of this guy." No, we don't want him. The play calling is terrible. This is why I'm out of the Eagles community. I'm just doing my own thing. Like I collab with the people I collab, and that's it.
I know that's right. So T. Foster, ask Mitch a question.
Ask me a question. You keep on saying now. Let's talk about Philly for like 5-10 times.
What you want to know about Philly? Because I done covered everything about Kellen Moore. Like we done covered Kellen Moore. We all know what's going to happen with Kellen Moore and them eventually. We all
King, our schedules are easy. You think? I'll have to take a second look.
And listen, can we say right now on February the 3rd what is and what ain't a good schedule? Can we say that? Can we say what is and what ain't a tough schedule on February the 3rd, 2024, when nobody has entered free agency yet, when nobody has drafted yet? Like there's teams on the schedule right now that look like cupcakes, and they could be gangbusters by the time you play them.
The only thing I'd say, because of how our team has looked this past year and how it's like a significant drop. So the way we look right now, it's going to be tough against these other teams. So we got some major moves. I do agree with you about that, but the way our team looks about now, terrible.
Now, so let me ask you a question about your head coach then. Because I think our head coaches are both in similar predicaments.
Correct.
What do you think is going to take for them to move on from Nick Sirianni?
Eagles.
What would have to happen this season?
The Eagles will have to start like 1-5, 1-6. They will have to start terrible. Nothing has changed, and it's just like the same old thing. The calling's just been terrible. He's just not doing his thing. He's being a cheerleader every single time. So if we start out 1-6, it's gonna be terrible. And there's my co-host Cool Cat, bro. Cool Cat tomorrow 3. If you want some Eagles talk, Eagles talk tomorrow at 3 Eastern. But yeah, man, Nick Sirianni, I wanted him gone. I wanted him gone for like a while. I wanted him gone. But hey, I don't run this organization. I'm just an Eagles content creator. What the hell do I know?
So let me ask you this then. So let's say that y'all finish the season the same way y'all finished the season this year. Let's say y'all finish with like 11 to 10 wins and y'all are one and done in the postseason. Does he stay or does he go?
Well, if you look at the
one and done.
If you look at the history of the Eagles coaches, like negative, not a winning season, fired the next year. Not a winning season, fired next year. If you ended like 11-7 and one and done, I feel like he deserves to be gone after another one and done. But if you look at the Eagles' history, they will pretty much say, "Oh, look, he's not a bad coach. He would stay here for another year." But I don't know. Hopefully he'll be gone. Hopefully this will be his last year. So we draft good now. Harry got his head out of his head, so he ain't worried. I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I'm not getting into the draft talk yet.
Yeah. But let me ask you, do you agree with that? Do the Eagles have more holes as currently constructed than the Dallas Cowboys?
as of right now, you already know you have defensive players. You have great players like Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, and stuff. Our players are going downhill. We don't know what happened to Bradbury. We don't know. We got a lot of holes on the defensive side alone. Like this whole draft, I want to focus on the defensive side and maybe some free agency here and there. But I think we have more holes than you guys. Pause.
Hey, I do agree with that. Yeah, because like you said, your linebacker issue was at least y'all tried with the linebackers, man. Oh, the cool cat said if it's 4-10 next season, then yes, Sirianni is fired. So y'all believe it has to be a disaster. You know,
It would have to be a disaster from week one. Week
man,
one on.
Dallas Cowboys, I think it's more pressure then because Mike McCarthy has to probably win a playoff game or two to still be here.
He has to get to the championship game.
That's what I'm saying. Like he has to go out there and coach his ass off in order to keep his job with the way they got it set up. I don't know if that's entirely fair since they handcuffed him the first 3 years he was here with an offensive coordinator he did not want. But you know, that was his first year calling the plays, doing it his own way. So I in my opinion, he should have at least got 2 more seasons to do it. I don't feel like this upcoming season should be Mike McCarthy's last year, regardless of what happens. I think you need to give him at least 1 more year after this. But on the positive side, like you said, we do have players. We do have a system in place. So usually when you get repetition and time on task within an offensive system, you usually are better. So if you can put up better production and add a run game this upcoming season, I do think the Dallas Cowboys have a fighting chance to do
it. Yeah. Yo, my guy Cole, what is up, bro? Got to do a show again. I miss talking football with you. But
same here, Cole.
Hey. Yeah, man. And according to my guy King right here, Dallas just got a lot of drama right now, and I'm loving it.
I mean, yeah, we got drama because we in the news. You know, they Hollywood is here with that shit. But
you're in the news like 24/7.
It's exhausting, bro.
I gotta ask you guys, man. How does it feel to be like the laughing stock of the NFL? How does it feel like always being brought up in the media with Stephen A. and all that stuff?
I mean, they make their own narratives. That's part of the reason why. That's part of the reason why I got into content on the cool though, because it's money to talk crazy about the Dallas Cowboys. Like you get all the views and likes. And listen, when you got a huge fan base, you also have a huge fan base of haters. So
right.
Whether you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys in a positive or a negative way, you get views and shit. So Stephen A. Smith is going to do Stephen A. Smith shit because that would move the needles over there, right? Shannon Sharp going to talk crazy because that we're going to get views over there. Skip Bayless, fake ass Dallas Cowboys fan, going to throw Jersey in the trash and shit, you know, because it's going to get clicks and views. But that's why we actually talk to players. That's why we actually go to training camp and go to the draft and shit, so that we can tell the nation what the hell is really going on. Because they're never going to actually have a true, unbiased opinion about the Dallas Cowboys. Because really, if we're being honest, there are other teams that deserve more smoke, especially like the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, like you can't go from 10-1. You know, y'all went from having a first round bye to having a first round exit. So, you know, if that were the Dallas Cowboys, they would still be talking about that shit right now. So the level of scrutiny for the Dallas Cowboys is higher. I think the only people tearing into y'all asses right now are y'all local media.
The thing with the Cowboys, right? It's just like hilarious because when you're on TV, when the Cowboys have a game, you're prime time basically every single week, and you got one of the most highest rated games in history of the season, like the best games of the season number wise. So I'm just like, dang, they're doing something right, even though I haven't been to the Super Bowl in like 29, 30 years.
Yeah, it's good marketing. It's good marketing. And listen, when you build a fan base from the ground up, like Jerry Jones has done, you know, they come. When we were a four win team, they packed the stadium. When there was COVID, there were still people in the stadium. Like the money don't stop in Dallas. Now, The Dallas Cowboys fans themselves do not care about any of that shit. We do not want the distractions. We would rather our guys be able to play football in peace. Like, let me see. Justin Herbert ain't did shit since he's been in the NFL. He gets to feel in peace and practice on his craft because nobody gives a fuck about the Chargers. No, same thing.
Right.
No, same thing about pretty much every other franchise in the National Football League. Even the other supposedly historic franchises. Nobody gave a damn about the 49ers when they were down. They fans didn't show up when they were rebuilding and shit, and there was empty seats all throughout their stadium. Nobody gave a damn about the Steelers being down for multiple years, not winning a title from the 80s onward to the early 2000s. Nobody gave a damn. It's only the Dallas Cowboys to get that level of scrutiny. So it's a different level of shit that goes on there. So
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So I keep on seeing Swift in the chat, like every 5-10 times. I'm keep on saying Swift. He is not coming back, guys. He is not coming back to the Eagles. He's gonna want the bag, and especially how everything went down with the Birds. There's no way. So, hey, first time in his career though, he hit 1,000 yards in the season, and that's with the Eagles, and he barely gets the ball.
Well,
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was on the podcast with Michael Parsons, and he was talking about the red zone carry. He said there was too many running backs in the backfield. So I get it. I get it, and that is the downside to that tactic of the tush push. Like, how many running backs are going to want to come to Philly and not put the numbers up? Because listen, he probably could have had 15, 16 rushing touchdowns with the offensive line that you have. Like, there are some times y'all probably don't even need the tush push. But that is going to be the trade-off. Like, running back's going to look at that like, damn, I probably could have put up, he was a Pro Bowler this year. He probably could have been an All-Pro had he got those goal line touches. So, like, shit, I think people would think about that as running backs coming to Philadelphia, as long as they utilize that.
Hey, you were talking about marketing earlier with the Cowboys. It's marketing for the Eagles, that tush push, bro. That's basically marketing. That's what selling tickets is hilarious. People want to see that, man. The brotherly sub. People want to see the brotherly sub. Like, it's just funny. He's not. I heard.
I don't believe AJ Brown. You can't trade. No. Listen, I'm gonna say it like this. Even if Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown hated each other's guts, schematically and football wise, it makes no sense to trade him. Like, you control his contract. If he's not happy, tell him to go talk to a psychiatrist. You know what I mean? Like, if he's not happy, tell him to do some stuff in his spare time to make himself feel better. But if I'm the Eagles front office, I would not trade him away when I got Kellen Moore pass happy ass coming to Philly. They're gonna be throwing to who that third receiver over there that everybody hates of y'all, Quez Watkins.
Watkins.
Yeah, who like Jalen Hurts is gonna fuck around and get benched trying to throw the ball to Quez Watkins 20 times in a game. They need 3 wide receivers. They really need AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and another wide receiver and Dallas Goedert in order for that offense to work. You need playmakers. Like, my boy was talking about the Air Coryell offense a little bit earlier. Like, Dan Fouts had 3,000-yard wide receivers in the season before because of the Air Coryell. He's going to throw that bitch. There's going to be games where Jalen Hurts has 50 pass attempts. I shit you not. That sounds crazy. There will be games where Jalen Hurts has 50 pass attempts. The difference in Jalen Hurts having a 3-touchdown game and having a 3-interception game is having wide receivers like A.J. Brown out there. Especially smart wide receivers. I don't think A.J. Brown is dumb. I think he's emotional. But you got to be a pretty smart wide receiver to run that's some shit I didn't touch on with y'all. You're going to need to get you a veteran wide receiver and not a rookie wide receiver because it takes a lot to learn the Air Coryell offense.
Right.
Because we've seen back-to-back seasons where young rookie wide receivers struggled in Kellen Moore's offense. Jalen Tolbert did not have any impact at all in Kellen Moore's system. He left. He put up better production. They had a first-round pick wide receiver over there in Quentin Johnson, and he was awful in that system trying to understand those option routes. Because remember, in an option route, you change it depending on the coverage. It is not just hey, I'm going to run a slant. I got to be this deep. I might have to run a slant. I might have to run an in and out. I might have to run a curl. I don't really know what the hell I'm going to run until I know the coverage. And that takes a lot of time to understand as a young wide receiver just now getting their feet wet in the NFL. The only wide receiver that I saw have success in this system was CeeDee Lamb. He is the only one. And as quiet as kept, they changed a lot of the stuff that they did offensively when Dak Prescott got hurt. So 2020, CeeDee Lamb only played 11 games with Dak Prescott in that system in the regular offense they wanted to run. Andy Dalton wasn't that damn familiar with Kellen Moore's system, so they did alter some things. But after that, I can't name a rookie wide receiver that did good shit with Kellen Moore. I can't name a single one. Go back even further. He's been here since 2019. Name a rookie wide receiver that had success with Kellen Moore.
Well, your draft class as king didn't help at all.
No, that was one rare misses. I was surprised. Like, for real, I was really surprised about getting nothing from my draft class when we usually draft very well. Like, we usually hit on most of our draft picks. If you look, even since the 2016 draft, we got Zeke and Dak Prescott and all those guys in one draft class. We found Tony Pollard as a 4th round pick, found Dalton Schultz, Jake Ferguson, the 4th round picks. So we usually hit. So that was something I was not expecting, not getting any production from the draft. But me, landlord, West Coast, we were right. Like, they drafted a tight end 2nd round. That shit did not work. We told them, the whole nation, weeks in advance, not to draft no damn tight end in the second round. And the Dallas Cowboys, not only did they take a tight end in the 2nd round, they probably took the worst tight end that was drafted in the top 100.
Hey, that's Schumacher. That's a Michigan guy. Damn.
Hey, shit happened. It did. Because listen, Dalton Kincaid was balling. Laporta was balling. Like, all those other guys, even the Musgrave boy over there with the Packers, them boys were balling this season, man. Dallas Cowboys made a mistake.
Yep. So what is up, Chad in the building? What is up, guys? What is up? Thank you for stopping by. So with this team, man, with the Eagles, your Cowboys, even the Commanders and the Giants, a lot is going to change, and it's only the beginning of the offseason. Still got to wait for the Super Bowl. Actually, let me ask you this. Let's make our prediction now, or do you want to wait?
Super Bowl prediction? Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Hit me with it. Who you got? Then I'll go.
I got Kansas City by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you picked Kansas City to beat the Ravens. I had the Ravens. So, I hate the Niners, but you know what's good? Give me the Chiefs, too. I'm going to go to the Chiefs. You know what? Give me 10 points. I get the Chiefs up by 10. Yeah. So, I'm not. Are you looking forward to the Super Bowl? Because honestly, I am not.
I'm always looking forward to the Super Bowl. And like, regardless of what happens, I always like watching the Super Bowl. You know, it's the top. It's history being made, and I like the commercials from time to time.
What about the halftime show this year? You got Usher.
I ain't gonna watch no Usher, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I wanted to watch some R&B stuff, man, you know, like there's better choices. No shade against Usher though, you know. No shade against Usher.
Patrick is a crybaby. He's gonna cry for flags and will cost the 49ers the Super Bowl. That's probably true.
The 49ers are gonna cost themselves the Super Bowl because I believe that Brock Purdy is gonna make 1 or 2 mistakes. I do, because he made mistakes the entirety of the playoffs. You know, he just had what should have been a pick turned to a 50-yard completion. Right? He had another pick 6 in the Green Bay game that was dropped because it was in the rain. Like, I'm really curious to look and see how many turnover-worthy plays Brock Purdy had in the postseason. Like, he's had a lot of turnover-worthy plays.
Right.
And I don't think that you can give the Chiefs a 17-point lead and still beat them. I don't foresee that.
There's just one thing I am worried about the Chiefs. When Mahomes throws a long ball, besides Kelsey, who's going to catch it?
It just
Har-
depends. Maybe Rasheed Rice on a double move. Maybe Valdez Scanley get one. I don't really see. I don't really see the same kind of speed that they had in years past because of course Tyreek Hill is gone. But you know, I don't really trust the 49ers corners outside of Javarius Ward to cover deep any damn way. Like
right.
if you isolate a receiver away from Ward, whether it be Rice, whether it be Cotavious, how you say Tony the first name? Cotavious,
Kadarius Tony. Yep.
Kadarius Tony. Like they got some guys on there that can make some plays. So as long as they're throwing away from Javarius Ward, who was also a former Dallas Cowboy that we let walk for next to nothing, but as long as they throw away from Javarius Ward, they should be fine.
Yeah. And then don't forget Pacheco too. He's underrated, bro. Pacheco, no one talked about him. I mean, it's very rare he gets talked about.
He's a great back. And I will also say that a lion's share of the success that they had in the postseason lies at his feet. Because they don't win a lot of these games without that. What's up, Numbhead Neil? He said, heard the Whiners are benching Chase Young. Good.
Why?
Effort.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't keep up with Niners news.
Yeah, as they should. Like he was out there jogging in a championship game, jogging on a play that a touchdown was surrendered. Like you can't put that on tape and expect your coaches not to react.
Right.
You just can't.
Right.
But yeah, man, you got any final thoughts before we close down shop?
All I gotta say is, man, this offseason is gonna be long. It's gonna be some shock moments. It's gonna be a long, bumpy ride. I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it. We next week, episode 3.
Episode 3.
All right, and you go, man. Show's yours.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store. Tap in with your boy later on. I might just go back live and talk about some culture changes again once I get some more data on it. But hey, just rock out with your boy. We're on the road to 2,000 subs. Right now we're at 1770 something. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and hit that sub button. Make sure y'all hit that share, that like. If you want to help keep on the likes, hit the Cash App or the Super Chats, man. But we appreciate y'all for everything. And we are out this motherfucker.